So where the forces which is making the fluid to move, it is not taken into consideration. Later, we discussed about the method of describing the fluid motion. So there are two types are there. One is Lagrangian method and another one is Eulerian method, where Eulerian method is commonly used. And these are the different types of a fluid flow: steady and unsteady, uniform and non-uniform, laminar and turbulent, compressible and incompressible flow, rotational and irrotational flow, and 1, 2, and 3-dimensional flow. So these are the different types of flows, and these are the mathematical indication of these types of flow. And later, a rate of a flow or discharge, which is indicated with a symbol Q, where discharge is identified. So discharge of a pipe is identified by taking the product of A into V, where A is the area, cross-sectional area of the pipe, and V is the velocity of a fluid which is flowing inside the pipe. My voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I will tell you the application of this particular concept. So this concept, I mean to say the discharge, identifying the discharge is generally used in case of identifying the discharge of a pipe. Okay, so here this I'm going to draw a diagram so that it will be easy for you to understand. So this is the river. Okay, this is the river. From river, the water is distributed and it is collected in a unit which is called as a treatment plant. Okay, I will tell you the procedure, how exactly the water is going to be distributed. So this is the river water. The river water is diverted through a large diameter pipe and then it is discharged into a treatment unit where the water is going to be purified, because since the river water is going to travel from one place to another place, it is going to collect all the impurities with it. Okay, so there are both organic and inorganic impurities which are available in the river water. So it is collected and all the impurities are removed off. After removing all the impurities, now the water is going to be purified. And there are different units are there like filtration, sedimentation, chlorination, disinfection. So these are the different process through which the water is going to undergo and the water is going to be treated. After complete treatment, the water is distributed here. Okay, so think that this is the locality. Locality in the sense, so it is an area which is divided into number of plots, that is residential building. So now the water which is treated here, it should be distributed to all the areas. Okay, we can't say that there is a one residential area available here. So there are different residential areas which are available. So this treatment water is going to be distributed. It is not going to be distributed directly to the houses. They are going to distribute it first in the overhead tank. I think you might have seen the overhead tank which is constructed nearby to your house. So overhead tank generally constructed at the higher elevation. So if this is the surface of the ground, then the overhead tank is constructed somewhere here at the higher elevation, so that the water should move with the pressure. Okay, the water should flow with the pressure. So that's why the overhead tank is constructed at the higher altitude. So now the water is collected inside this overhead tank, and from the overhead tank the water is distributed by the pipes. Okay, this will be the main pipe. Through this main pipe again there will be distributaries. Okay, so these are the distribution of the pipes to all the houses. Simultaneously there will be another overhead tank which is constructed somewhere here, and the water is distributed to all the houses which are available here. Okay, so now this is the process how it exactly going to work. Now there is a lot of water which is available in the river. Reservoir here, you can construct a dam, you can store the water here, and this water is distributed to the different purposes, like it is supplied for a industrial purpose, domestic purpose, and so on. So I gave an example of a domestic purpose here. The treated water is again distributed some industries also. Okay, so this treatment water is used for many purposes. I give an example of a residential. So now there are so I was talking about a huge amount of water is available in the river. This river water is distributed not only this particular area, but other than that, the other area is also going to be served by this river water. So now I don't know how much quantity of water should be supplied for this particular area. So now think that this is the Kali river and this is the Haliyal. Okay. So now river Kali is very large. Okay. So the water is distributed not only to the Haliyal, but other areas the water is going to be distributed. But I don't know how much quantity of water should be supplied for this Haliyal region. So that I need to calculate first. Okay. So according to the availability, I need to collect this water. So in order to identify, I need to check what is the discharge. Okay. So I need to check what is the discharge of water for this particular area. To identify that, I am going to collect the details of a population available in the Haliyal region. Okay. So in India, as per ISI standard, the consumption of water is how much for per person? What is the consumption of water per person in India as per ISI standard? Can anybody tell me? Past. Do you know what is the consumption of water in Haliyal region? Consumption of water per person per head per day in India, how much it is? Any idea? Do you know what is the consumption of water? Pardon? Pardon?
60 to 70 gallons of water.
Any other answers? Any other answers? It is 130.
150.
It is one. Please tell me.
150 to 200 liter, ma'am.
It is 135 liters per head per day. Okay. This is the consumption of water by per person. One person is going to consume 135 liters per head per day in India. Okay. So 135 liters of water we are not going to drink, but apart from drinking, like bathing, utensils, and so on. So it is including all the things, that is 135 liters per head per day. In India it is. In abroad it may reach up to 200 or 250 because of their lifestyle. So think that there are total 5,000 peoples who stay in this particular area. Then what is the consumption, total consumption of water by this particular area? 5,000 multiplied by 135. Okay, you will get to know what is the total consumption of water for this particular region. Okay, simultaneously I am going to calculate what is the water consumption for the second. Simultaneously I am going to check what is the water consumption by a industry. Okay, so here I am going to add all of them and I am going to suggest that so much quantity of water is required for this particular area and we are going to discharge that much quantity of water and it is treated and distributed. So in order to calculate that, I need to use this equation Q is equal to A into velocity. Apart from that, there are other equation which I am not going to tell now. Why? Because if I tell the other equation of Q, then it will confuse. Because those equations you are going to use it further when you are going to use the equipment. Okay, so there are certain equipments are there which you are going to fix it here with this equipment, they are going to tell you what is the discharge of water. Okay, every time you can't calculate. There are some equipments are there. Okay, like thermometer. Thermometer will tell you what is the temperature of your body. Okay, so pressure measuring devices are there. It will tell you what is the pressure of the liquid. Simultaneously, there are some equipments are there. So in the next module, you are going to study about those equipments. Those equipment will tell you what is the discharge. Okay, so in order to identify these all things, I need to calculate the discharge. Okay, so therefore here we are going to use a pipe distribution. So all these units are connected with a pipe. Okay, and we were discussing about a pipe distribution in yesterday's class. So this was an example of a, okay, so therefore it is an example of a distribution system. Apart from that, we are not going to distribute only water. Even the sewage is also going to be distributed in the underground. Okay, but since the special concentration is given on a water here, okay, because sewage, it includes many organic and inorganic impurities. So the specially regarding the sewage disposal, you are going to study in environmental 2. Okay, so time being, I'm not going to discuss all these things. At least you need to know that Q is discharged in terms of a distributing the water. Okay, and yesterday we derived an equation that is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. This is nothing but a continuity equation. So Q is equal to A into V. So you people have to keep it in your mind. This equation is going to come in all the module, not only in this semester, in also next semester you are going to use this equation. And next, later on, we derived this equation, and you have solved some problems based on this concept. So this was the first problem, and this is the second one, where the velocity we have identified, that is 6.44. So now why it is necessary to identify the velocity? Okay, you said is nothing but a discharge which will give you the requirement of the water. But why it is necessary to check the velocity? Where does velocity, what is the role of the velocity in distribution of the water in the pipe? If the velocity is very high, then what happens? It will scour all the particles, okay, with which it is in contact. So I will give a best example here. The best example is example of a canal or a channel. Or let me take an example of a pipe itself, because since we are discussing about the pipe, so let me take an example of a pipe itself. Now, what is the role of velocity? If the velocity is very high, then what happens? Velocity is going to resist some force here on the surface of the wall of the pipe material. Okay, it is going to scour. What do you mean by scouring? What do you mean by scouring? What is the meaning of scouring? Scouring. You all are there? My voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
My voice. What do you mean by scouring? Scouring ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಸವಿಯುವುದು ಅಂತಾರ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So ಸವಿಯುವುದು, scouring is nothing but it is abrasion. As the velocity of the liquid, any liquid, if it is very high, then you are going to see scouring of the sides. Okay, if the velocity is very less, then what happens? The destination will not reach the water at a required time. So therefore the velocity should be maintained in such a way that the velocity should not, and it should not be low. It should be in a regime condition. So this particular term is called as a regime condition. What do you mean by regime condition? The velocity is not too high and the velocity is not too low. So that elevation we have to maintain. Okay. So whenever you are going to excavate, whenever you are going to dug the ground, whenever you are going to lay the pipe, make sure that you are going to use the elevation in such a way that the velocity should be in a regime condition, because elevation of the ground, okay, so it will make the velocity increase or the velocity may decrease. Okay, so therefore this all concepts are there, so which are related to civil engineering field. So the velocity plays a vital role here, so that's why we are going to identify what is the velocity. Next, I think you have solved this problem. Did you solve or not? Yes. Did you solve it? If yes, tell me yes. If no, I'm going to solve it. But please reply me. I'm whether you have not.
No, ma'am.
You have not solved. Okay. Hope you have taken the problem at least.
Yes, ma'am.
So water flows through a pipe AB. So there is a pipe in which the water flows. The diameter of the pipe AB is 1.2 diameter and the water flows with a velocity 3 meter per second and then passes through a pipe BC which is 1.5 meter diameter. Okay, so here there is a diagram. So the velocity of water is 3 meter per second up to a diameter of 1.2 meter diameter. So this pipe is again connected to another pipe which is having a diameter 1.5 meter. After that, the pipe branches. Okay, so after that the pipe is going to branch. So branch CD is 0.8 meter in diameter. So let me take this as a CD and this as a CE. CD, the diameter of the pipe is how much? 0.8 meter, first branch, and carries 1/3 of the flow in AB. Okay, so so if this is the entire Q, so Q1 is equal to how much? 1/3 of the discharge of liquid is flowing. I don't know exactly the value, but they have given 1/3 of the flow in AB. The flow velocity in branch CE. The flow velocity in branch CE is how much? 2.5 meter per second. But I don't know what is the diameter of the pipe. They have given no. So find the volume, rate of flow in AB. So you need to identify what is the rate of flow. So how are you going to identify rate of flow? By using this equation, rate of flow. Rate of flow at which pipe you have to identify? You have to identify for AB. Next, the velocity of BC. We have to identify what is the velocity of a BC. Next, the velocity in CD. So again, you have to identify what is the velocity in CD and the diameter of CE you have to identify. Okay. So this was the problem. So hope you have taken the problem. Can you solve it? Can you solve this problem? Can you solve this problem? I'm asking you people something. At least to reply me. Can you solve this problem? Abhishek.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many of you are present? Please raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay. So first, what are the things you have to identify here? First thing, you have to identify the rate of flow, that is Q at AB. Next, velocity of BC. Next, what about CD? What you have to identify here? Velocity of CD. So velocity of CD you need to identify, and the diameter of C. So these are the things you have to